We're having a look at the concept map part of SCO 406, our citizen science unit, because it turned out to be quite a while since we've made a concept map together in chat, and some people are finding it a little bit tricky because they don't quite remember how. So the first page of your concept map slideshow that you will get through the Google Classroom has got a link to a video of a slideshow. If you just click it, it brings up that, but if you click that, it goes to the video. Now, this video is also about physics. They're making a demo concept map about really complicated physics, and I don't even understand some of it. So when you watch it, don't watch it for the physics unless you love physics and know more about it than me. Watch it for how to make a concept map, because the lady who made that video is going to use different words from me, and watching both might help you. There's also a web page about concept maps here. Same thing, click that, then click that, then you'll get there. Okay, so on to doing the thing. On this page there's a bunch of boxes you might be able to use. You may have half a sentence in here about a chihuahua. We don't know how that got there, but lots of people have got that half a sentence, so it must have been on my copy. You do not need to do this about a chihuahua. I suggest get rid of that sentence, pretend you never saw it. You do need the word species here because it's your main thing. You might decide you want it further down, but I just put it fairly near the middle and with room above it to have a category that it fits into. But I'm not doing mine on species because you are, and it's helpful if we look at two different concepts. I'm going to do mine on geographical surveys, because most of the citizen science work, whichever option you choose, is about them. Right, so I need to fix this up here as well. Actually, if I drag this over here first, it's going to work better. Biogeographical surveys. So we talked about those in chat today, and if you were there, you'll remember that bio is life, geo is the earth or the land, and graph can be write, draw, map, make a graph, those kinds of things. So in this case, we are recording where living things are all over New Zealand. So there's our living bio. New Zealand is part of the earth, and we are recording it, and it ends up on maps and other forms of data, and it's a survey because sur in French is on and it relates to super, it's over, and veille actually relates to video, it's an overview. Over and then whoops, over and then view. Okay, so that's what the words mean. And when we're thinking about concepts, it's really handy to know what the words mean, but our concept map shows us even more about what it means. So I'm going to think first of all, what's up here? What concept does my biogeographical survey concept fit inside of? And it fits inside of surveys. There are other ways of getting an overview of topics. It's just one of them. I might decide I know more than one thing it fits inside of, and I'm going to say this is citizen science. It fits inside of science. And that bio bit reminds me that the particular kind of science it fits inside of is biology. And then I might think, oh, I know what the word means. So I might have boxes for each part of the word. I might have a bio box, and I might have a geo box, and I might have a graph box, and I might even write in them some of those things I just reminded you of. And I happen to know that there are different kinds of biogeographical surveys. Now in one of them you put a grid or a frame on the ground and you look at all the different kinds of plants and animals inside it and you count them. So you might put a hula hoop on the lawn and write down 97 grass plants, 1 daisy. I don't know what that's called, but I know there's a frame or grid involved. So I'm going to write that there. Doesn't matter that it wasn't the technical term, I've shown my thinking. Once we've run out of ideas, we can delete all of these that we don't want. We can move things around till they look pretty, which I'm not going to bother too much with, I don't think. I might do a bit of tweaking here so that the biology somehow comes between the science and the biographical surveys, so that I've got room for my arrows to show that that contains that, which contains that. And then I'm going to get rid of that one because it went all big and weird. Then I'm going to need my arrows in useful places. So I'm just going to move that one and recycle it a bit, sort of. And I could tidy it up and make that come from the middle of there. But I'm not going to be too careful right now because you don't want to get bored watching this. So to get arrows, usually when you open it up you just see a line there, but you choose arrows, put them where you like. You can make them fatter and colour them and things with all these tools. Whoops, my box moved. So you get that kind of thing. Control Z is just the quickest way to put things back. I'm going to show that that contains that, and that contains that. And I might find some other connections there somewhere. It would be okay if I thought I know a relationship between that as well, and I had these loops developing. Doesn't matter what I join to what. If I can make a connection in my mind between the boxes, I can draw a connection between the boxes. Then I have to start labeling them to show what I meant by my arrows. So I can put there that that is a type. It would be even better if I spell it correctly, you know, bonus. Don't know why it went below my box. That's very weird of you, Google Slides. Okay, I might get a text box and spin it round and put that those are to do with definitions. So that's when I get the big ones, when I just click instead of drag. Okay, I'll put that back there. Definitions, and get my handle thing, tip it, and I might need bigger writing in there so that it can fit over all those arrows. I'm not going to tutu with that right now, just going to drag it over there. Okay, so those are my definitions lines there. See what happens if I just change the size without doing anything else. Yes, that's how it works. So we're still all learning how these tools use. We'll help each other out with that. So label all of your arrows and tweak it to your heart's content. When it's got all your ideas down, mine's about biogeographical surveys, yours is about species, that's when you share it back with me. And just a hint, you might want to include the word genus that we talked about today. Some people say genus, some people say genus. It's fine whichever you say. And if you've got a really good memory about what we talked about, you might want to add morphology. Okay, but you can add any other ideas that you already had. That's absolutely fine. I look forward to seeing your wonderful concept maps, and don't worry, they are your beginning ones. We will add to them as we go through the module, and you'll have lots of ideas at the end, even if you only have one or two ideas right now. Okay, bye for now.